everyone. I am honored to serve as the superintendent of Bourne Public Schools, where our new vision is inspired to learn, empowered to explore, and prepared to act. Now, for those of you who have never heard that before, that is totally fine because it's brand new with our strategic plan. So this year we had over 25 stakeholders get together once a month to make our brand new strategic plan, and they, including Mrs. Strode, were a big part of really capturing that vision. So I want to say it one more time because we wanted something that we knew would resonate with students, but also with all of our staff. So in Bourne Public Schools, we are inspired to learn, empowered to explore, and prepared to act. And amongst you, I'm looking for JT. I'm calling you out. There he is. He was one of your student reps on this committee that once a month got together, ate lots of donuts, but also had some really good conversation. Not that he personally ate lots of donuts, but it was definitely a perk. So we're really passionate about reimagining education here in Bourne. I hope that all of you, some of you started when I started, March 2nd, 2020. You were probably an 8th grader in the 2020 year. So I hope that you've seen all the changes that have happened here at Bourne High School as we really try to make impactful, creative, innovative, and hands-on learning for you. And tonight is a real testament to that. So I'm really proud of how far you've all come and how you've shaped something that will be there for the future. So tonight we celebrate the achievements of all of our senior interns, and I know you'll all get an opportunity to go outside and hear from them directly. I love this part. Please ask them lots of questions. I know they'll love it. But mostly to hear their passion about what they've learned, maybe what they've learned that they've liked, maybe what you've learned that you don't like, which is a big part of the learning. Because there's nothing worse than going through a program or being in a job for a while or getting all the way up to your master's and saying, I don't really want to do this with my life. So hopefully you're getting a little bit of an idea of what you want to do and how you want to serve and as you get older to be really involved back here in our community. So you'll hear directly from them about how these experiences have shaped their goals and hopefully strengthened your sense of purpose. So this program of internships is truly a community effort, and I'd like to extend my sincere thanks to all the local organizations that mentored our interns, and also the many educators that are here tonight and administrators who help guide them along the way, because many of our students also intern here right with us in Bourne Public Schools. And finally, it goes without saying, but I'll say it every year, deep gratitude goes out to the heart of this program, our School to Career Coordinator, Ms. Amory Strode, and her equally impressive counterpart, Ms. Kim Iannucci, back, whose passion, care, and tireless work continue to elevate this experience for our students year after year. They were here long before me, they had a vision, and since that time we've really started to create something special. So I'm really proud of you, and I'm proud of their work. So our next speaker is Lisa Harney. She serves as the Education Specialist at the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, which we call DESE, focusing on dropout prevention, recovery, and college and career readiness initiatives. In her role, she supports the implementation of My Career Academic Plan, otherwise known as MyCap, student-centered process that helps learners identify their interests, set goals, and plan for post-secondary success. Ms. Harney collaborates with schools and districts to develop strategies that engage students in meaningful career development experiences, aiming to reduce dropout rates and enhance student achievement. So I would like to give a huge warm welcome to Ms. Lisa Harney.
It's such a pleasure to be here with all of you. You know, when I'm working at the state is a different kind of work. You know, I look at everything straight wide. I go from here up to North Adams and wherever. It's out in the boonies. But it's far away. But I work across the state, and I love my work. But when I first started at the department, I wouldn't have said that, because I had come from a school, and I missed kids, and I missed being part of that every day. So when I get invited to come to a school, it is as best as possible a yes. When I get invited to come to a school to see the results of a year of learning, it's always a yes, because this is so exciting to see the culmination of the hard work that you all have done all year long. I really want to acknowledge the vision and the mission that Bourne Public Schools has adopted over the last few years. We at the department believe totally in innovative, in creative. The department actually has a vision statement, and there are 3 key pieces to that vision, and that's that students should be known and valued. And I don't mean that Miss Smith knew you were in her 9th grade class. I mean that Miss Smith knew you were in her 9th grade class, that you learned best by reading, not listening, that you were interested in careers or some kind of work already then. That's known and that's valued and respected. And so building on that, we like to make sure every student achieves at grade level, which means you may need supports. Some students need supports. That student that learns better reading instead of hearing may have a hearing disability that needs some help. So being able to support students so that they always will achieve at grade level. I assume you're all graduating in a week or 2, right? Okay, so you met the grade level requirement. Just wanted to make sure. And most importantly, which you are exemplifying tonight, is that the learning you have is relevant and it's real world. You're not going to leave here, well, you might, but only in one instance. You're not going to leave school saying, I learned nothing. Why did I do those 4 years? You're going to leave here knowing that you've learned something, even if it's that you didn't like your internship, but you stuck with it and you completed it. So you learned, and it was relevant and real world learning. So I really, I think Bourne is doing a great job in terms of kind of adjusting to the new way of learning that's happening across the state, right? That you're cared for, that you have expectations for your future. That career development piece is so important. And it can't just be, because I'm guessing you didn't just get sent into a placement, that you had some thinking about your placement. And that's what it's about. It's about being aware, it's about exploring, and then getting the opportunity to immerse yourself in the career development. Because if you choose to work right after you graduate, then you have gained skills from this internship. If you are going to college, you've learned probably a lot about how you have to behave, how you have to dress, being on time. That's a biggie, which does not happen always in the school situation, but now you've learned that it's an important trait through the internship. So, shout out to all of you who are going to show us all some great stuff in a few minutes, and I can't wait to meet you at your tables. And thank you for having me here. But really, I hope you are all, especially families gathered here too, I hope you all have great pride in the Bourne Public Schools, because they're being innovative, they're challenging your students to be creative, and they're challenging to achieve at the highest level possible. So, thank you for having me. This is kind of the highlight of my week, maybe for 2 weeks, because I don't have any other invitations coming up. But I am thrilled to be here. So thank you so much for inviting me, and good luck with your future. The next speaker needs no introduction. You all know her. She jumped right into this vision of what we were trying to build here at Bourne, and she's in her 2nd year as the principal here at Bourne High School. So I'd like to welcome up Dr. Lisa McGuire.
Thank you all for coming. Our seniors, congratulations for being here. This is the first of many milestones that you'll have in the next week or so. To our families and esteemed guests, welcome and thank you for joining us. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to our annual high school internship showcase. We're gathered to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our students who have embarked on internships across various fields, demonstrating their commitment to learn and their drive to succeed. Internships offer a unique opportunity for students to step out of the classroom and into the real world, where they can apply their knowledge and skills they've acquired here at school. These experiences not only enhance your academic understanding, but also provide invaluable insights into potential career paths, or not, both valuable learning. This year, our students have interned in a diverse range of industries, from healthcare and public safety to business and the arts. They've worked alongside professionals, contributed to meaningful projects, and most importantly, gathered confidence in their abilities to make a difference. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the dedication and hard work of you, students. Balancing school responsibilities with internship commitments is no small feat, and each one of you has shown tremendous perseverance and maturity. Your achievements here are a testament to your effort and enthusiasm, and I thank you for that. I also want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the mentors and organizations that have supported our students throughout their internships. Your guidance and willingness to invest in our students' futures is commendable, and you play a crucial role in their growth and development, and for that we are deeply appreciative. To our teachers and staff, thank you for your unwavering support and for fostering an environment that encourages our students to explore and excel. Your dedication to their success is evident in every aspect of their journey. A special thanks goes out to Mrs. Anne-Marie Strode for your tireless work on behalf of our students and their individual goals. We are all so fortunate to have her in our corner. Finally, to the family and friends who are here to support our students, your encouragement and belief in their potential are the foundation upon which these accomplishments are built. Thank you for being their cheerleaders and their rock. As we speak with presenters and view the showcase tonight, let us celebrate the spirit of curiosity, innovation, and hard work that you, our students, embody. You are our future leaders, thinkers, and creators, and it is an honor to witness your first steps toward your professional aspirations. Congratulations to all of our interns for your incredible achievements. We are immensely proud of you, and we look forward to seeing the amazing things you will continue to accomplish. Thank you, and we cannot wait to see your showcase.
So now we'll transition to the sport part of this ceremony, which is equally as exciting. So I'd like to welcome up to our table over here. We have 4 future educators. So as I call your name, please come up and sit here at the table. So we have Avery Dessert. Emily Fader. Molly Lodge. And Drake Hassett. So the Future Educator Signing Ceremony is one of we have many meaningful ceremonies, but this is one of our most meaningful celebrations here in Bourne Public Schools, because tonight we recognize and honor the incredible commitment of a group of students who've chosen a path of purpose, service, and lifelong impact, the path of becoming educators. And I would say to all of you, don't rule out this path. You never know when it sneaks up on you and you realize that you have a calling to teach. It could be to teach other colleagues, it could be to teach children, it could be to teach adults, but if you have that teaching in you, it'll come out eventually, believe me, mark my words. So we'll be celebrating these 4 tonight. Choosing to become a teacher is more than selecting a career, it's answering a calling. It's about believing in the power of education to change lives and choosing to be that person who will open doors, spark curiosity, and build the kind of relationships that last far beyond the classroom. And I'd like you all to think for a minute, to all of our interns, about that special teacher or 5 special teachers that you had and why they were special to you and why they made a difference. So it's become a tradition in Bourne Public Schools to give our future educators the same token of appreciation that we present to our current staff during Staff Appreciation Week. So this week it was these little headphones, and the reason was for this symbolic gift is that our theme this year was making connections. This symbolic gift serves as a reminder that even as you begin your journey, you're already part of this Bourne Public Schools professional community. As the author Reader Pearson famously said, every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists they become the best they can possibly be. So this quote captures the heart of what it means to teach, and it directly reflects our professional development theme this year of making connection. This theme speaks not only to the importance of building meaningful, authentic relationships with students, but also in embracing innovative tools of technology that help learners connect more deeply to their content, their passions, and the world around them, as we think all of you have connected tonight. So Avery, Emily, Molly, and Drake, your decision to step into this profession shows incredible heart and vision. We are so proud of you for choosing this path, and we can't wait to see the impact that you'll have in classrooms and communities in years ahead. And I invite all of you to come back and substitute with us and do your observation hours with us, and then maybe someday come back and teach with us. But before we move on to the actual signing, I would like to welcome our next speaker, also from the Department of Education, a return speaker to us. She was here last year. She had so much fun, she wanted to come back. So we'd like to welcome Dr. Latoya Tavernier. She's an educational specialist at Mass DESE, where she serves as a liaison to the Office of College and Career Technical Education. In this role, she supports districts focusing on the development and implementation of high-quality career pathways that prepare students for success in both college and the workforce. Welcome, Dr. T.
Hello. Can you hear me? Are we here? So, thank you so much for that great introduction and for the words that you gave, because I feel like you were probably looking at my notes. And so I want to speak. I'm speaking directly to our 4 future educators, but to all of you in the room. So, as was said, my name is Dr. Latoya Tavernier, also known as Dr. T. I am a proud Massachusetts resident. I was born in Boston, went to school in Boston. And I say all this to say is that I am a longtime educator and a lover of long-time learning and education. And the reason why I love school and love education so much is because I had great teachers. And I was in school for a very long time, and so I don't know if you know how long it takes to get a PhD, but I was literally in school from 3 until I was 32. No jokes there. I see you understand, right? Long time. But the reason why I was able to get through pre-K, all the way to my end of my graduate career was because of the great educators that I had in the classrooms, people that saw me. So as Lisa was saying, as a part of DESE's mission, we are very much committed to make sure that every single student is seen, heard, and acknowledged, that we are teaching you things that are relevant, but we're also getting to know you. And I know for myself, that is one thing that really kept me learning and loving learning, because I had teachers that didn't discourage me, teachers that knew me by name, teachers that checked in on me. And as someone who, I said I'm a longtime educator, even though I now work at DESE, and so that was a bit of a transition for me. I worked for about 7-8 years at the university level, and then worked in a high school. And I thought that I would never leave teaching because I loved working with students so much. But this transition to work with students all across the state and providing programs for them, the reason why I'm able to continue to do this is because I understand my why. And I'm gonna look, I know you get it, right? What I'm saying to you is that this job, this is definitely a calling. It is a profession that has many hats and many, many roles. And so you might have the role or profession as teacher, but you end up being a second caregiver or a second parent, especially if you're teaching kids that are K through 12. And I'll tell you, the kids that I taught, and I call them kids, in college would call me and say, "You're like a mom to us. We were talking about that." And I'm like, I'm almost like not old enough to be your mom. I'm old enough to be your like cool older sister. But what I'm saying is that caregiving job is no matter who you teach, that is a very important part of it. You're also a mentor. One thing that we talk about in terms, I'm gonna stop moving away from this mic. The one thing that we are really concerned about, especially with the well-being of students, is them feeling like they belong in the school. And sometimes it only takes one adult, just one person in the building. And I think for DESE, our whole mission is to make sure that every kid has at least one person. We don't care who that is. If it's your principal, your superintendent, your teacher, the janitor, the person that serves lunch, as long as it's someone that sees you, says, "Hi, I see you, Latoya, how are you doing? How's your day going? That is what we know is most important. And so understanding that it's more than just teaching a lesson. It is a lifelong impact. I have students that have latched on to me, I would say, and have not let go since I entered into the classroom with them. And so that is something that I want you to fully understand what you're taking on, is the importance of being able to provide an educational experience that maybe you had or maybe you wanted, and being that person for that student. And so I want to end again of encouraging you to understand what your why is. My why is making sure that every single student has a great learning experience, no matter what that is. And that's what keeps me going. And as someone who taught through COVID, I don't like saying the dirty C word, but as someone who taught through COVID, and you can ask some of your teachers who went through this, it was a hard time. It was a hard time to go through a pandemic and try to educate students and other people's children. But for a lot of people, it burnt them out. It got them out of teaching. And for others, they stuck through, and you know why? Because they understood why they were there. And so I'm saying to you, as you're going through your education program in college, or as you go through your practicum and your student teaching, and you become hopefully a substitute teacher back here in Massachusetts, and particularly at Bourne, and I promise you they're not paying me, that you will remember that why that kept you going, because it's not going to be easy. It's not always going to be roses and lovely things, but if you keep that why just in your mind, in your heart, it will allow you to go through anything and to achieve your goals. And so I want to thank you, not only as a representative of the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, but as also a lifelong educator and a lifelong learner. I want to thank you for choosing this pathway, and I wish you all of the great success and love and enjoyment and joy of teaching that is coming in your future. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for those words. And Dr. McGuire has a few words to say as well for our future educators, and then we'll get to the signing.
So to the four of you, I'm honored to have this opportunity to address you directly on behalf of the administrators here and your teachers at Bourne High School. Those who are on the brink of entering one of the most noble and impactful professions. Education is more than a career, it's a calling that shapes minds, hearts, and futures of countless young individuals. You're about to embark on a journey that's challenging and immensely rewarding. In our classrooms, we don't just teach subjects, we inspire curiosity, cultivate resilience, nurture the potential of every student. You'll be the mentors who guide students through their academic and personal growth, the role models who demonstrate the power of perseverance, and the champions who celebrate their successes, no matter how big and small. As future educators, I encourage you to embrace the following principles. Empathy and understanding. Each student comes with their unique story, background, and challenges. Approach each one with empathy and strive to understand their individual needs and perspective. Passion for learning. Your enthusiasm for your subject matter will be contagious. Inspire your students with your passion, and they will be more likely to develop a love for learning that lasts a lifetime. Adaptability. The field of education is ever evolving. Be open to new methods, technologies, and ideas. Flexibility and willingness to learn will serve you well in adapting to changes and meeting the needs of all your students. Collaboration and community. Build strong relationships with your colleagues, students, and their families. Education is a collaborative effort, and supportive community is key to fostering that success. We need the village. Resilience and patience. Teaching is incredibly rewarding, but also comes with challenges. Stay resilient in the face of difficulties and patient with your students, but more importantly, yourself, as you navigate the ups and downs of the educational journey. And finally, lifelong impact. Never underestimate the impact you will have as an educator. The lessons you teach extend far beyond the classroom. You're helping to shape the future, one step at a time. We're in a pivotal time for education where innovation and dedication are more crucial than ever. Your role as future educators is vital in preparing students to face the challenges and seize the opportunities that lie ahead. I'm confident that each of you will rise to the occasion, bringing fresh ideas, boundless energy, and a deep commitment to fostering both growth and success in your students. Mark Twain said, "Find a job you enjoy doing and you will never have to work a day in your life." I have been so fortunate to love what I do, and I'm proud to be sharing that with you. I hope you never work a day in your life. Welcome to the noble profession of teaching. We look forward to the incredible contributions you will have in the lives of young people and to the field of education. Best wishes in your next chapter.
So tonight we're also joined by some representatives from the schools that they'll be attending. So if you're here, please stand. We have Tracy Charbonnier from Bridgewater State University. Thank you for coming, Tracy. And with her, I believe, is Beth Garcia, also from Bridgewater State. Very noble teaching college. And then also we have Joanne Hogan from Dean College. And if you wouldn't mind coming down and standing behind the students that will be attending your school, that'd be really fantastic. And then Ms. Strode will lead us in the signing. So this is a symbolic signing where they're committing to the field of education. You're not signing your life away, I promise. It's a wonderful thing. But we're very excited for you. So again, please give a huge round of applause for Avery Desir, Emily Fader, Molly Lodge, and Greg Castro. Congratulations and welcome. So in closing, I do want us to echo Dr. McGuire's remarks and really thank all of the parents and caregivers who are here. I see grandparents out there and siblings and aunts and uncles, and I see a lot of our community members that were part of our internships. Thank you for coming tonight. This is truly a celebration. Thanks for braving the bridge gridlock that happened this evening. And we welcome you now to go out to your internship table so we can hear directly from you. Thank you all.
So the internship program as a whole is like completely awesome. Mrs. Strode came up to us like at the beginning of last year, and we had already started working on she had already started working on all of the things that we wanted to do and making it all happen. So by the time that summer came, we all already knew where we were going and like how we were going to start our new journey at the beginning of senior year. That was all taken care of us because she's so amazing, and everybody got to do like their own individual thing. I don't think anybody's doing something like the same completely. Like there are some people like doing some of the similar things, but everybody's doing something different, and I think that's awesome. I'm at the elementary school working in the music room with Mrs. Bolin, and I'm teaching like kindness and like life skills to these little kids through music, which is so empowering and like it's so fulfilling to me. And I don't know, I wouldn't be going into music education if it weren't for the internship, so I think it's very important for everybody to have in their school.
So like my internship was really fun. I did a couple things where we went over like traffic stops, laws, stuff like that. We played out some scenarios where we had the rubber assault rifles and pistols. We did high intensity traffic stops. It was really fun. We did room clearing as well. We went over some first aid and medical as well, and just some generic things you'll do on a daily basis as a cop. Our final day was a ride-along. It was really fun. Got a couple calls that we got to go to. It was a very fun internship.
Hi, my name's Kira Cook. I'm a senior at Bourne High School. I did my internship with Donnell Beals. I did interior designing. Most of the time we worked on just like walkthroughs. We kind of focused on what the client's vibe was and kind of what the feel how they want their home, not just to make it a house, but a home. I learned a lot of really good life lessons, not only for designing my home, but also that'll take me through college, the workforce, and any time in my future. Yeah, it was really good.
My name is Tristan Long. I'm a senior at Bourne High School. I did my internship with Mass Maritime's athletic department. And basically in my internship, we got a lot of chances to just meet new people and go to baseball games. We got to work in the press box and do the scoreboard, while also doing the online broadcasts. And we also got to drive the golf cart around if there was like a foul ball or something. So that was really fun. We also got to do a lot of online work, like the rosters and like promotional stuff for the school. Like we made some flyers for a blue and gold fundraiser for the teams. So it just gave us a lot of chances and opportunities. So it was really fun.
My name is Sulu Bean, and I did my internship at Cape Cod Healthcare. I work at Falmouth Hospital. I worked in the OBGYN department, which was unbelievable. Loved it so much. I started there in the summer in July. I was a per diem employee, and I worked with the registered nurses, and I ended up taking some of my own patients by myself, which was awesome. I saw a lot of cute little babies, and it really helped me pick my major, which I want to major in diagnostic medical sonography, which I am at Regis College. That really helped me pick my major because the doctors would pull me into the rooms and I could see live ultrasounds right in front of me. And then once the school year started, they invited me back for my internship, and I now internship there, which is awesome, and I'm going back for a second summer, which is awesome too. During my internship, I was a receptionist, so I would take the desk, I would take appointments, I would transfer stuff to the nurses, and I would just get all the schedules together for all the doctors, which was awesome, and I also checked in and checked out people, and yeah.
Hi, my name's Caleb Keene. I did work with Frame to Finish. I started in about December. They really just kind of pulled me in and just showed me the ropes to framing and how things are built up from foundation to the finishing work of a house. That could be like a cabinet, a little paint job along the house line. It was amazing. I've learned irreplaceable things throughout the last 6 months.
Hi, I'm Reese. I interned at the Firehouse Veterinary Clinic. I was able to shadow a few of the vet techs there and be able to learn what happens behind the scenes of a veterinary clinic. I was able to get my vet assistant certification as well, which allowed me to draw up some vaccines, get to see a little bit more hands-on, be able to see what goes on behind when you let your dog out of the room to go in the back, which is pretty fun to see. So I'll be able to attend Clemson University and animal science, and be able to get my DVM through their program there that's starting up in 2026. So I'm super excited to become a doctorate in veterinary medicine.
My name's Luca, and I did an internship with the Bourne Athletics program. At a young age, I've always known that I wanted to be involved with sports somehow, and I want to be a part of a professional organization. And the way I treated it was this would be kind of what I would start off as, a lot of computer work, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, nothing really face to face with anybody, and then I was with the assistant AD, and then I would become the athletic director sort of a professional program where I'm I can go out, go to games, and just be that personable guy, and just talk to fans, see how people react to things, ask questions and stuff like that, and that's kind of what I want to do with my career. But then I also don't want to focus so much on sports, just in case I fall out of love. So I want to get my MBA, and then if I'm still in love with sports, after my 4 years of college, I'll do a sports focus with my master's program.
I'm Ava, and for my internship, I did half the police station, and then the other half of the year, I did it with a capstone research project for my major for hospitality and tourism management. The police station, it was really fun. I just didn't know really what I wanted to do when I picked the internship. We learned a lot. We learned how to write warrants. We got tours of the police station. We did traffic stops, traffic laws. I just, once again, didn't really know what I wanted to do at the time. But yeah.
Hello, my name is Albert Guest. My internship was at Cape Cod Senior Residence. The reason why I went there is to try new things. I don't have a clear understanding of what I want to do in the future and all that stuff, so I was just doing new experience, new everything. In the future, I'm going to go to Cape Cod Community College, go there for 2 years, figure out what I want to do, something hands-on, all that good stuff. And after 2 years, I'm planning on switching to a different university or college. About the internship, what I liked about it is having chit chat, with the older generation, all their experience and how they lived their lives and how it was back in the day and all that good stuff.
I interned at the Bourne Police Department. A little bit of what we did was we went over different situations that you could be put in as a police officer, like different patrol stops, what they could escalate to, what could happen, different situations. Another thing is building searches, because that's another big thing around here. They go and search buildings. Police reports, we went over different, like a lot of paperwork we also went over, like what you have to do to write everything, get everything sent. And then also we got to do a little ride-along with them. We were able to witness firsthand what the policing do, the police do in Bourne, and that was just a very good thing that we were able to do.
Hi, my name is Jake Rue, and I did my internship at the Bourne Fire Department. It was an awesome experience. I got to learn about fire safety, how to escape fires, and how to put out fires. A lot of cool stuff, and that's pretty much it.
Hi, I'm Scott. I did my internship at Cape Cod Healthcare. I did receptioning. I was a student helper this summer. And I got to shadow the nurses and help out the doctors as much as I could. My favorite part of my internship is that I got to work closely with the people, like the doctors and the nurses. They're all amazing people, and it's just a really good environment to be in. And it definitely has helped me with my career choice. And I want to be a psychiatric nurse practitioner and open my own practice.
I'm Noah Crocker. I did the Heroes in Transition Ruck 4 hit race internship. I had to make all these different maps me and my partner made all these different maps for the race. The two owners, their son died. They made this in honor of him because he was an Army vet. Me and my friend made the layout. We put all the information on it. So what I learned from this is that this is hard. Making this for a company or an organization for a bunch of people to see, it's hard. I don't regret doing it. It definitely taught me what I want to do. I like the internship. It was a good internship. It taught me a lot about what I don't want to do, and yeah.
Hi, my name is Elise Dean. I'm a senior at Bourne High School. So for my internship, I went to the middle school, which is good because I avoided traffic because I just could walk down. I worked with the band. I played percussion. I really enjoyed it because, in middle school, you kind of think that everything's really embarrassing and you don't want to do anything and they're all forced to do music, but there are a couple kids in there who really want to do it. I feel that a lot of people kind of just give up on getting middle schoolers to do new things because, it's like you gotta fit in, don't stand out at all, and even in high school, people don't think band's very cool. But I play drums, and a lot of times people get into it because they like to hit things. If you just put the small amount of pressure on them, like, hey, look at dynamics, or, that's a flam right there instead of just a regular note. Paying attention to small things like that little push might just be what gets them to think, hey, maybe this is pretty cool. Once they get up to that high school level, hopefully they'll continue on with it. So it was really great for me to be able to help the drummers there because, they were already pretty good, but once you just get down onto those little extra tiny details that they might not have thought about before, it takes them to the next level. And I play all different sorts of percussion, and so I actually got to introduce some of the snare drum players to playing timpani, got some to play snare who were just on bass drum doing that heartbeat of the songs, and so it was just really nice because sometimes percussionists are overlooked and it got a lot of them out of their shell. So